Greetings, fellow humans, and welcome to another. And it's been a while, but welcome to another Tooth JD. Since I don't have any notes or anything, I can do this without glasses and give my eyes a break. So, Comic Con was fun, and this is actually a short video to give thanks to everyone who came by my booth to say hi, to talk. By the way, this is, I think, ginseng tea. I think it's ginseng tea, so cheers. It was a crazy couple of days there. I went to Puerto Rico. Let me give you a little recap and then go straight into the thanks, but recap. So I went to Puerto Rico. It was a ton of fun. Got there on Friday evening. Went, snagged a kiss from my mom. That's mandatory. And luckily, my father-in-law is always cool with it, so gracias, Jaime. Yeah, did that. Had a bite to eat. Crashed to sleep. Woke up Saturday. Went to mom's house and had a snuggle fest with Mojito for about, like 3 hours. It was like 5 separate occasions when the pup came to snuggle me. And it was good to have some quality time with Mojito and mom and with Leo the cat. My mom now has a cat since last year. And he's a wonderful acquisition to the family. He is part of the family, so. Still a cat, and stresses my mom out because he does cat things like, get lost for half the night. And then I went to surf. It was super small, but it was super fun because I went with my brother and we chatted a while, and it was good. It was good to catch up and see him doing so well, and just talk and have fun. Then at night we had sushi. Yeah, I'm not sure if it was Saturday or Sunday. Not sure. I'm not going to go into super detail because I'm going to get lost in the thread and this is going to be too long, and this is actually supposed to be short and sweet. Then I worked in an office and I was able to eat in a bunch of new places. I saw Paseo Caribe. It was very nice, very chic, and all the food was amazing. All the food in general in Puerto Rico was amazing, and it was a lovely reminder that food in Puerto Rico is amazing. Puerto Rico was looking a bit like Tatooine because the island gets Saharan dust, and there were a couple of days that it was like muggy as hell. And then I work remotely. Then I almost got a back spasm. Then I almost got a neck spasm. Luckily, I went to a chiropractor that helped me out, and doing that and doing stretches and being very careful with my movements, I was able to get to the weekend. But not before also discovering I had 2 cavities. And I had to get 2 cavities drilled. It's crazy. But all of this is to let you know that it was completely worth it to go and see everyone at the Puerto Rico Comic Con. A couple of people even wrote me and said, I'm so sorry, in this tone, I'm so sorry that I'm not going to be able to go to the Puerto Rico Comic Con. I hope everything's okay and I wish you the best. And, super sweet. Didn't have to do that because all I want is for people to be okay. That someone felt the need to write me because they weren't going to be able to touch base, that's flattering. That people thought that it was worth mentioning that they had, some inconvenience that didn't allow them to go. And I love you guys for that. That was super cool. And I'm really, really happy with how the weekend went down. I'm not super ecstatic, but I am very happy. I'm happy because I met a lot of new readers. That means that I sold out of the first novel again, which is always an awesome thing. And next to me, I had Francisco Muñiz, who is also a Puerto Rican author. I'll show you his book later and my haul later. I'll show you the Puerto Rico Comic Con haul. I met him and Melvin Rodriguez, whom I hadn't met before. Both lovely chaps. I saw some old friends, which is always a good thing. And I miss some old friends that weren't able to go to the Puerto Rico Comic Con. Still, people were very happy with different things. On one occasion, one young lass was beautiful enough to come and say, "Oh, I love dark strands." And specifically this poem, she took a copy and she went to the box. The box is a poem that I actually wrote about my experience coping with my dad's funeral and what that represents in my life. And she said I could only think of my dad. And we shared a very lovely moment. Um, and then I snagged a hug, and she picked up something else. I think it was Black Tie Affair. But to see someone say, "This is one of my favorite things," and that it's not my novel, it's one of my poetry collections, that's a beautiful thing. Then another cool kid. Sunday started slow. Actually, Saturday started slow, and then it picked up. And Sunday started slow, and I'm like, "Wow, this show's gonna be a bust." And just trying to not let the logistics and the money mechanics be behind it come into play and just enjoy the experience. Because I had to fly and ship stuff and whatnot, and although I'm still not in a level where I can make a living off this, it wasn't a total bust. But a guy called Carlos came by Sunday. Super cool guy. He was like, "Oh, I read both your novels. They're awesome. So I want one of each of everything." And I was like, "What?" So that's I actually do have to write him because I didn't have copies of the first Tricks and Ladders. But he took, that's 6 poetry collections, that's a bilingual collection, that's a short story collection, and there were 7 blank comics left. I was like, I didn't charge him for 4 blank comics, the least I can do as a thank you. And someone else had also read one of the novels, and he picked up the second novel plus a collection, the bilingual collection, plus a blank comic, plus a poetry collection. So I spotted him an extra collection, because to see anyone that enthused with my work, especially when the economy is tight, that means I'm doing something right. And people say, "Oh, it's all about the money." It's not all about the money. Actually, I think it was Saturday. A young future writer. I'm not going to say a would-be writer. I'm not going to say an aspiring writer. I'm going to say future writer. Because people use these labels to limit themselves, and I don't know why. So this future writer, we spoke for 40 minutes, and she didn't buy anything. And I just wanted her to leave my booth with the belief that she could do it, that it's something that's attainable, that it takes a lot of hard work, but it's something that she can do. And I showed her one of the very few original daydreams. The daydreams on the Sherbert Shore are now available in book form, but originally I printed them out on paper, hole punched them, and basically my in-laws helped me use like string to tie them together. It's very handmade, very 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 low key. And I told her, this became this because I'm stubborn. And she's like, "Oh, can I have one?" And I'm like, "Sure." Because although I want to use those remaining daydreams as gifts to people, either to people who mean a lot to me, or who have supported me throughout the years, or in this case, a young aspiring writer, no, future writer that will publish. I wanted her to know that she can do it, and she can, and she will. But yeah, it was cool. It was fun. I wasn't as fatigued as other years. I'm not sure if that's a sign that I wasn't as busy. The thing is that it came in waves. It was not consistent, and everything that I could have told you about how conventions flow from the last 3 years that I had went to hell. This was completely different on all fronts. But it was great. And it was great to see. My brother went with my nephews, and they saw me in my element talking to everyone, And although I'm a bit croaky and I got a bit hoarse, I never lost my voice. I thought I was going to lose my voice again. But no. But all in all, it was just a really great trip. I got to spend a lot of time with my family. I got to spend a lot of time with friends. My family came to visit me. Stacy, Ana Odia, and Emily, my family. Some really good friends came by and said hi, and that's always great. And actually, previous clients and readers came by just to say hi, and that was beautiful. That they were like, oh, let me go say hi. I'm like a dude. I'm like a dude in a convention. They were like, oh, I wanted to make sure that I said hi. That's awesome. And you know, I'm very fond of the Puerto Rico Comic Con. So to everyone who went to the booth and said hi and grabbed a hug or grabbed a book, thank you. Thank you for everything. I did the yearbook again. I'm gonna show it off soon, but I wanted to do this short video that has become a long one because I'm out of practice doing videos, to say thanks. So till next time, peace, love, and maki rolls.